I'm Cherie Patrice, aka Cherie Fort Payne. When I met Mr. Howie. Anyway, we met in 1993. I was the newbie over at Rondo Music Publishing Company, which we were both signed to. He was on the East Coast and I was on the West. And he was coming to the West Coast to write with some writers. My director called me and said, hey, I need you to get down to the studio in Burbank. I want you to meet Howie T and Spanador, which was from Lisa Lee's and the Cult Jam. They had partnered up and started writing because I think Howie wanted to get more into the R&B side. Howie had to be one of the most humble people that I have ever met. For him to have had the track record that he had, I knew people respected him. I knew they loved him, from Heavy D to LL Cool J.
Howie T is a fucking fool! Hitman Howie T.
On our first session, he put on his track and I immediately heard something and I was a little nervous, but I went in the booth and started, relax your mind. I learned quickly if Howie liked something, he had this little lean. Like that. If he did that, it was a go. He was feeling it. He asked me, hey, you ever consider coming to New York to write over there? Have you ever been there? And I was like, no. So all he did was said the word, and that goes to show you his character and how well he was respected with his huge publishing company. They sent me over and we ended up writing some really cool songs. It was just creative room for us all. No egos, no possessiveness, which is some of the things that I would experience as a female in the industry. But he never did that. He was always very supportive of even the projects outside of what we were doing. We heard that Clive Davis was looking for some songs for Aretha Franklin. So I started writing for Aretha Franklin, and they played the songs. I was all excited. Yeah, we got songs placed on Aretha. Clive loved it, and what have you. And Herb Alpert, who was the co-founder of Rondo Music Publishing, he said, who's that singing? And they said it was me. So from there was birthed this album that we started working on. Great record. It never came out. I saw Howie years later, and he actually ended up moving to the West Coast. What I really respected most is how his spiritual roots grew. To see him totally transformed and well-versed in his belief was just incredible. You know, anything that he was doing on, especially on the West Coast, or any projects after that, he still brought me in on. So he got me on the Living Singles soundtrack, you know, doing some vocals or arranging on that. That was really cool. We got a couple of placements in some movies. I became very close with his family. He was in our wedding. He also introduced me to my husband. Just a great guy all around, very respected. Just do your research. You'll see that his good name is in good standing. What we believe is to let another praise you and not your own mouth. Well, I want to put my 2 cents in, my whole $50 in, and say that this guy is well known by his peers. Anybody on the East Coast, they know who he is. And he's a part of the hip hop movement. And I don't want him to go down in history not being recognized. Howie T deserves to be in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, and he deserves his flowers. We love you, Howie, and thank you for being my big brother.